Hey Magic fans, it's Paul from the Let's Talk Magic podcast, formerly the Orlando Magic UK, here with your game day preview. Tonight is our final in-season tournament game and we are set to battle the Boston Celtics. This game will go a long way to determining who will progress from the Eastern Conference Group C into the next round of this inaugural tournament. It's regular game season game number 16 for the Magic. We are playing in the Amway Centre. It is a UK tip time of 7:30 p.m. We get to watch live and in back to bed at a normal time. It's superb. We never normally get to do this. 2:30 p.m. for our friends in Orlando. And to watch here in the UK this time round, there are two ways. As always, subscribe to the NBA League Pass for games on demand and live. Alternatively, tonight here in the UK, the game is being carried on TNT Sports. It's TNT Sports 3. Again, that does require you to have a subscription to that channel, but two ways. We are on national TV tonight here in the UK. Excuse me. So let's talk first of all about the Magic, as we always do. Season record of 10-5, and we have won 5 games on the trot. In season tournament, we are at 2-1 with a points differential of +5. The home record is 5-2 now. We are having a superb season so far. We are tied second in the East. We are tied second through 5th with Milwaukee, Miami and Philadelphia. Points per game has improved. We are up to 111.5 points per game, which is 22nd in the NBA. And we are now conceding slightly more, but with some of the opponents we've been facing, that's not surprising. 107.5 points per game, which is 5th in the NBA. Rating, offensively 22nd, so that's a hell of an improvement again. And defensively, we are still second. The Magic have jumped in the offensive categories, is understandable. The team remain first in the league for free throws attempted and 4th for those made, converting 319 of the 418 that we've taken this season. We lead the league in points off of turnovers and in second chance points. In that final category, we are helped hugely by the fact that we are taking down a lot of offensive rebounds, 8th in the league on that category. Onto defensive categories, we are flying. Orlando continue to excel. The Magic are second for steals made per game. Intensity of our defence, the pressure that we are applying, sees opponents turn the ball over at the highest rate of any opponent in the NBA. The Magic are conceding the 3rd fewest total field goal attempts, opponent offensive rebounds and opponent defensive rebounds. We are taking the 2nd fewest total rebounds and assists made by opponents. Good figures. We are also tied second for the fewest second chance points and top 10 for points conceded in the paint. Phenomenal effort by the Magic on defence. Scoring is being led by Paolo Banchero. He's jumped to 19.4 points per game. Franz is a close second with 19 points. Cole Anthony, he leads the bench. Also 3rd in scoring on the team with 13.9 points per game. Paolo Banchero is also the team leader for assists, 4.3. Jalen Suggs, that's been a slight dip in the figure, is still our leader for steals, 2 per game, which is still the 4th best steal percentage in the NBA. And Goga Bitadze is the team leader for blocks with 1.4 per game, and that is the 12th best in the NBA. Last game. There's been 2 since last preview. As a result of my working, I wasn't able to do a preview for the Denver Nuggets because I wanted to watch the Toronto Raptors game without any spoilers. So my apologies, but there was a reason. Let's talk about the Toronto Raptors game first. That was our 3rd in-season tournament game, and we produced a stunning performance to beat the Raptors 107-126, having led by as many as 27 points. Jalen Suggs, incredible energy. 3-pointer broke a 4-all tie in the first 2 minutes. and that put the Magic ahead, and we stayed ahead the rest of the game. His defence also set the tone for the rest of the team, finished with 18 points. Paolo Banchero, he was the team leader, scoring with 25 points. That was his sixth 20-plus performance so far this season. Franz Wagner, he had 17 points. Cole Anthony produced 15. Goga Bitadze's contribution was also significant, 6 assists and 5 blocks, and he battled hard against Jakob Poeltl all night. The basketball played by Orlando was at times beautiful to watch. Fantastic, fluid ball movement. Saw a season high of 31 assists, including a season best of 10 from Cole Anthony to complete his double-double. Outstanding defence. Toronto were held to just 9 fast break points and a mere 36 points in the paint. Teams do not do that to the Raptors. Throw in that the Magic had 12 steals and 8 blocks, and the stats confirm what the eye saw on the night. We were intense on defence. Starting unit was, as before, Anthony Black, Jalen Suggs, Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero and Goga Bitadze. Bench, Cole Anthony, Gary Harris, Jonathan Isaac, Mo Wagner and Joe Ingles were the core. Chuma Okeke, Caleb Houston and Admiral Schofield also made cameo appearances. Magic, to just finish off on stats, 21 assists, 42 rebounds, and of the 42 free throw attempts we made in that game, Orlando made 35 of them, an 83.3% success rate. On to the Denver Nuggets. In came the defending champions. They rolled into the Amway and left defeated, 119 to 124. The game wasn't a pretty affair. It was a hard-fought physical battle. Grit and determination were needed to get the Magic their 5th straight win. A 42-point final quarter by Orlando saw the job done. Paolo hit a 3 with under 2 minutes remaining, and that gave the Magic the lead, which we kept the rest of the way. We were resilient as the pressure was built to get the job done. Denver played the foul game, and as they tried to draw level with very limited time remaining. Goga Bitadze, Jalen Suggs and Franz Wagner all hit their free throws, 6 straight free throws in the final 14 seconds that sealed that win. Franz Wagner, he was the leading scorer for the Magic with 27 points, 24 of those coming in the second half. Paolo Banchero, he had 23 points, going 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. Cole Anthony, absolute fire, leading the bench with 20 points, and that was the bench had 58 points. The Magic bench easily won the competition of the second units. The Magic shot a season best 54.3% from the field and made 26 of our 30 free throws. They further made 27 assists, 9 steals and 7 blocks. These are phenomenal figures, really good figures. Starting unit was the same again, and this time the bench unit was those core 5, no cameo appearances by the end of the bench guys. Tonight, expect little change from the Magic. No change to the injury report. Markelle Fultz remains out, and Wendell Carter is due to be reevaluated very, very soon, having had surgery on that finger at the start of November. He could remain out, as we've said before, until the new year. Jet Howard's still away with the G League squad, the Osola Magic, and he's unavailable, as is Trevelyan Queen. It's hard to see any change in the rotation. The Magic are going to be going for this because this game is effectively a win or go home affair for both teams. Boston Celtics quick look back. Last season they had a strong 57-25 record, finished second in the East. Playoffs, they took wins over the Atlanta Hawks and Philadelphia 76ers, but they were far from convincing, and the Celtics' dream of an 18th championship was over after losing a Game 7 in Boston in the Eastern Conference Final to the Miami Heat. The summer saw a mini rebuild. 2 key players came in, being Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis, and 2 went out in the shape of Marcus Smart and Robert Williams III. Other pickups, they picked up a couple of guys that have been bench fillers, not playing a huge amount of minutes, but we will come to those later on. Season stats, they are at 12-3. They have won their last game and they are 2-0 in the in-season tournament with a points differential of +17. Boston, best record in the NBA, standing first in the East, scoring 117.3 points per game, which is 8th in the NBA, and conceding 107.2, so they're not conceding a lot either. That's only just behind us. 6th offensive rating, and 3rd defensive. So be under no illusion, this team are good on both ends of the floor. They don't foul a lot, they don't turn the ball over. They are 3rd best in total rebounds and are top in defensive rebounds. They shoot the 3 ball the most in the league and they make the 2nd most. 16 makes on 43.7 attempts per game. They don't have a focus on attacking the rim particularly, but when they do get there, they are lethal. Jason Tatum, he's putting together a really nice season. A couple of highlight numbers are he's scored 418 points so far, which is the 5th most and in the league, and he's averaging 27.9 points per game, which is the 7th most. He is also 3rd in defensive rebounds. Kristaps Porzingis is proving why the Celtics moved to get him, scoring 19.6 points per game, blocking shots for fun, 8th most in the league, both made and per game, and is shooting 71% on his 2-point field goal attempts. Along with Tatum, he is also in the top 20 for free throws made. Jaylen Brown, he's scoring freely, 21.6 points per game, justifying why the Celtics paid him so much in the summer. So last time out for the Celtics, 2 nights ago, they took on home court, the Milwaukee Bucks, taking a 116-119 win. The Celtics held a 21-point lead in the first half and never trailed. They also held a double-digit lead until the Bucks charged back in the final 2 minutes, cutting the deficit to from down to 3 points, 114 to 111. Tatum played through illness to get 23 points and 11 rebounds for a double-double. He also made key free throws in the final seconds to secure that win. Jaylen Brown scored 26 points and 8 assists. Porzingis 21 points and Derek White weighed in with 13. Their starting unit is a good starting unit. Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum and Kristaps Porzingis. Al Horford, Peyton Pritchard and Sam Hauser were the only 3 players to come from the bench in that game. They do have Delano Banton, Svai Mihailuk, Lamar Stevens and Ashay Brissett. They were all available but did not play by coach's choice. And tonight they have no injury concerns. All 3 of their two-way players are on G League assignment. I'll get my teeth in. So expect the same core unit to be playing for the Celtics as they did against the Bucks. The Celtics are not varying their rotations heavily. Head-to-head with the Celtics, 127 games played and it's a 54-73 lead for the Celtics. However, the Magic are on a 3-game win streak over Boston, having taken the series 3-1 last season. Boston winning a hard-fought and close game on opening night in Orlando. I was there to boo them for that. That opening night win last season was the Celtics' 10th straight win over Orlando at that point, having swept us the previous 3 seasons. Orlando last won the series prior to last season in 2018-19 with a 3-0 win in that time. That was before the losing streak started that we finally got rid of last season. Good to see. And besides, so it's final thought here, besides this being a regular season game, it's an in-season tournament fixture, and that means the new court in the Amway and hopefully another raucous atmosphere. For both teams, it's a pretty much a must-win, and the winning margin could be crucial in the final reckoning. Group C is still up for grabs. Boston lead it with a 2-0 record. Brooklyn have a 2-1 record, and we follow with a 2-1 record, only 3rd because of the points differential. So what the Magic are doing is a team effort. We have to understand that. Everyone is understanding their defensive responsibility and putting relentless effort into that facet of the game. Against Denver, 9 Magic players scored in the final quarter. To beat Boston, the Magic will need that same unity, that work ethic and strength again. Something Orlando are doing is challenging the opposing star player, not allowing him the comfort of getting anything easily. Take the Denver game. Yes, Nikola Jokic, he registered a triple-double, but he was made to work for everything. And in defending that star, the players didn't overreact and overhelp. So it didn't allow the other players to get a cheap three-pointer, say you Kentavious Caldwell-Popes. We were focused on our roles, and it's amazing to see. Paolo is a threat to teams now, and not just at the rim. Last season's Rookie of the Year shot 4 of 5 from behind the arc against Denver. His season percentage for the three is now up to 45.4%. Last season, he shot 29.8%. That's a hell of an increase, and it's showing a growth in his game. If you've enjoyed this preview, please give it a thumbs up. More importantly, let's get that W tonight, Magic. Let's go, Magic.